Yeah, yeah. How did you get your start in racing? Obviously, the podcast is about car racing.
Yeah.
But how did you get your start in? How did you get it started?
Right. Well, when I was a big fan of Dirt Speedway. Mm-hmm. I would go to Tralee every chance I get, or Liverpool, but mostly Tralee.
Yep.
And guys like Rodney Combs from America, Rocket Rodney Combs, and no hanky-panky Valvoline Yankees, they would all come over and race the Australian team. And I loved it. They were my absolute fucking heroes. I just adored these guys. I looked up to them and loved watching them race. And Barry Graham, who I consider to be the greatest sedan driver Australia's ever produced.
Yep.
He could drive any fucking thing. And David House was the local guy. He won 2 Australian titles. He was a Canberra guy. He was my local hero.
What year was this? 82? Was this when you got started?
Well, I started 83. March 83 was my first race.
Yeah.
So what happened was I was a bit of a lout, or not a bit of a lout, I was a full-blown fucking lout and had fast cars and on the road. But I had no ambition to race. I hadn't even thought about racing. I was just enjoyed being a hood. And my mates they all thought I could really drive, so they would say, let's go with Southie so we'd go out dirt roads and get sideways and drive fast, and they always wanted me to go and do stupid things, like I would get in my Falcon, 351 Falcon, and come up behind semi-trailers and push my bumper up against the back of their trailer.
Yeah.
Doing 100 kilometres an hour and spin the fucking back wheels with guys in the car, and so we do all these stupid things. And the coppers chased me I had a big car chase to Canberra, where the police chased me all the way to Canberra and got arrested and thrown in jail and all sorts of stuff like that had happened. And one day my mate, who's my best mate I've ever had, local guy Peter, he also left school early to become a mechanic. Peter Masters, yeah. Yep. He was building a stock car to race in the local stock car ACT New South Wales board.
Yep.
And one day he just said to me, do you want to drive my car at the meetings in another class? He was going to race it in 1500s and he wanted me to race it in Series 3 production. And I said, yeah, right. But I didn't really understand why he wanted me to drive his racing car. It made no sense to me. Like, he was building this car and putting all this money and effort into building this really good car. Yeah. And he's asking me to drive it.
Yeah, at that time you were just into bikes and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I had motorbikes and just fast street cars.
Yeah.
But anyway, no one's ever confirmed this to me, but I really have a strong feeling that one of the local coppers, a guy called John Campbell, who was the guy who chased me to Canberra, as a part of the Yass High Patrol guys training, my car chase was a part of their training.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you not find that out?
The coppers told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this John Campbell who chased me, who I ended up being really good friends with.
Yeah.
I think he said to Peter, "You need to help your mate out. You need to do something and get him off the fucking road before he fucks up." So I think that's what happened. Peter he's still 40 years later, he won't fucking confirm that's what happened. But I think that's what happened, because I can't think of any other reason why he wanted me to drive his car.
Yep.
So this was a really important part of my life, like a really important part of my life. I had just broken up with my girlfriend, who I'd been with for quite some time, since I was 17. Now I was 20. And then I turned 21 in February. But on New Year's Eve, I met another girl and ended up falling madly in love with her and leaving my girlfriend. So I had a new girlfriend. I was going to start racing cars, and it was just really good time. So we went. My first race was at Fairburn Raceway in Canberra Speedway. Myself, Peter Masters, his wife Tracy. Yeah. who's got a love-hate relationship with me. She loves me, but she fucking hates my behaviour and is the only one who always pulls me in a fucking line.
Yeah, but that's why you're called the wild thing, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So, and their daughter Danielle,
Yep.
Who's the most beautiful child I've ever met in my whole life. She's a grown woman now, but as a child, most of your friends' kids are just fucking snotty-nosed pieces of shit, you know?
Yeah.
She was just adorable her whole life.
Yep.
My mate Robbie, his girlfriend at the time, Bronwyn, and my new girlfriend. So we all went to my first race.
Yep.
It was a 12-car field, and I had to start at the back because I was a rookie. It was my first race.
Yep.
So I'm driving a Datsun 1200 that's like got a modified 1500 engine in it, twin Webers, a lot of work done to it. So it went fairly well, and I won the first heat, passed everybody, and they're all driving Tiranas. 6-cylinder Tiranas with triple Webers or triple SUs and all that sort of stuff. All pretty hotted up cars.
Yeah.
Passed them all, round the outside, won the first race.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of, wow, that's fucking great. And everyone's like, Peter's like, fuck, that's fucking great. Went out again, second heat, won the second heat off the back again.
Yeah.
Passed everyone. Third heat, passed everyone, won again.
Yeah.
And won it easy. Just fucking kicked their asses.
Yeah.
For the feature, there's a guy who's a local racer, been around for years, still around now. His name's Terry Robbie.
Yep.
He changed cars for the feature. He went and borrowed a super sedan off another guy for the feature.
Did anyone know about this in the pits, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd come second to me in every race.
Yep.
And
Was it the same number on the car, though? Like that?
No, he just changed cars.
Changed cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So he goes out. He'd been starting on the front row of every race, and he did in this race too. And I passed everyone except him for the feature. But being my first race in Speedway, I didn't know the rules. I just assumed that by winning 3 fucking heats and coming second in the last race, I was a winner.
Yeah.
I'd won the fucking day.
Yeah.
So they go up to collect our trophies and they give the third place trophy to fucking whoever that was, and then they go second place Tony South. And I'm like, what the fuck? Second place? How the fuck am I second?
Yeah.
So I go up and get it, and then they give the fucking first place to Terry because he'd won the feature race.
Yeah.
So
you thought it was for outright, but you were just doing the heats and you'd think you'd won the whole thing because you won the heats?
Yeah, because I'd won 3 out of 4 races.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyway, so I learned then that but anyway, Terry won. If he had changed cars, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was my first race, and I actually collapsed standing there waiting for my trophy. I was so overwhelmed by the whole day, and I had this beautiful new girl in my life. I was the happiest I'd been for years, and I just won.
Do you remember your girlfriend's name at the time?
Oh yeah, I do, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It was fantastic, and then the next race meeting, we went to a place called Woodstock, another speedway out in New South Wales near Cowra, and I won there again. I won the feature there, won the day.
Back then, was there lots of big crowds back then?
Oh yes, like dirt track racing in the bush in the 80s was great.
Yeah,
it was fucking great. There was like tracks everywhere, and there was lots of cars and people involved, and people were engineering incredibly good fast cars. And then we came to Yass Speedway for the first time, and Terry Robbie was there, and the guy that had beaten me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
with 1 car or 2 cars this time.
he was in his fast car.
Yeah.
And I was coming underneath him. Where the pit straight is, there's like a wooden wall, or there was. And he had, in those days, you could run like tyres that wide outside your guards. So I purposely 8 tyres hold on much better than 4. So I just leaned on his car, and I pushed him over onto the wall, and his tyre went up the wall and tipped him fucking over. And I won the race. Now Warwick Stansfield rest in peace, he only just died recently, was one of the most respected people in the Yass community, and certainly a huge guy in local racing.
Yeah.
He was the clerk of the course. So he called me over and he said, I'm going to park you for the rest of the day.
To you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, I know you did that on purpose.
Yeah.
And then he said, but he had it coming.